High performers don't self-manage forever. So what do I mean by that? So when we look at high performance, let's take sport, for example. If you look at all the world elite athletes, sportsmen around the world, they've all had coaches. So if you look at Tiger Woods, he's got someone analysing his swing. He's got someone watching what he does, coaching him from behind the scenes. Same for Michael Jordan. He had a coach, he had someone analysing what he did. That's how he became elite. Coaches can support, they can give you accountability, they can look at things that you don't see, they can look for blind spots. But let's move on to business. Most truly world-class leaders or business executives have always had executive coaching, or they've got someone mentoring them behind the scenes. And what do I mean by that? Someone that's got a proven track record, a coach, an executive coach can see things that you may not be able to see and can support you. Also, when you're very good at what you do, in order to continually improve, it's always good to have someone analyzing what you do, looking for the 1%. What do I mean by 1%? You can be doing very well, but imagine improving by 1%, then another 1%. So when you look at executive coaching, what I do when I meet with clients, obviously, I'm at a certain age, I've done various careers. I've got a proven track record of running businesses, seeing different types of situations, different business environments. And I think I'm in a position where I can see things that some people can't. Also, as you go up the executive ladder, it's a very lonely place. What do I mean by that? Well, when you're the leader or the head of the department, who can you really talk to? You can't talk to peers. You can't talk to people that are reporting to you about things that you're struggling with, decisions, presentations coming up, board meetings. How do you get ready? How do you structure? How do you process? We all have doubts, and it doesn't matter what role you're in. You all have coaches or someone there to help you. For me personally, I was sweeping shop floors in London, okay? So for me to go from sweeping shop floors in London to now running one of the biggest companies in Dubai as a CEO and being very successful, how did I do it? So first of all, self-investment. I started off reading every sort of motivational book, self-development, looked on YouTube, started learning. But really where I started to really improve is I started to invest in mentors, go into various seminars, invest in my own money. Even sometimes when money was really tight, I'd rather invest in self-development than do like a social event or spend money on wasted things. So throughout my career, I've always invested in coaches or someone to support me. So I'm into health and fitness. I've done health and fitness for years. I'm very experienced in health and fitness, but I still have a coach because that coach can give me more guidance, can spot blind spots and help me to improve. Even in business, I've still got mentors now. Yes, I'm a successful CEO, but I've got people that mentor me. I've got people around me that can help me. I've got people that I can go to for advice. That's what executive coaching can bring. Every leader, as they go up the journey, will struggle in certain areas. And when you're a solo person in a company or a person starting a business, there's going to be subjects that you may not have touched on. You're going to have imposter syndrome when you get promoted. And when you're running a business, you've got people around you, lots of stress, lots of process. Executive coaching, what it can bring, okay? You can break down your goals, you can have structure, you can have process. Imagine mapping out your year and you know exactly what you're going to do each month, each week. You meet weekly, you discuss problems, you put corrective actions in place. It's really having that support network. And what you'll find is that I believe there's always a return on investment in executive coaching, because there's lots of people that say, oh, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I can do this and do that. Number one, look at the track record, look at the history. What companies have they worked on? What business have they run? Also, if you're going to invest money, you need to have a return. So when you work with a professional executive coach, you'll have KPIs in place, you'll do weekly reviews, monthly reviews, you'll have a strategy, you'll have a goal setting document in place, and you should see progress. So when I work with people, what I always do, I send out a document, and it's a fact-finding document to find out, it's a series of questions about personal goals, business goals, what's held them back in the past, because I really like to understand the client that I'm going to work with. then I always do a 1-hour meeting, which is free of charge, where I sit down. There's two reasons I do this. Number one, I want to show the value that I can bring. I also want to make sure that the person is serious, and also I want the person to be comfortable before they go into the coaching relationship, so they get to know me, they get to know the history of what I've done. That way we get off to a good start to start with. Then we put a document in place of, right, okay, what are the goals, what are the structure, what are the weekly meetings we're going to do, and then we start the documentation process of writing these goals down. We start the weekly coaching sessions, we discuss gaps, and what you normally see by having that structure and weekly follow-up, that brings, number one, accountability, because if you're investing money, you need to be held accountable for that investment to make sure you get a return. And for me, it's very important that when I go into a coaching relationship, I'm a partner with that person. I want them to be successful. So if it's a business, I want the business to be successful. If it's an individual, I want them to be successful. So that's the value that you get out of executive coaching. And trust me, all world-class performers have got a support network behind them. And I remember when I went to one of my first personal development seminars, what I took from that, and it was an Anthony Robbins seminar, and it's someone that I've followed for quite a long time, and he gave this piece of advice. The quickest way to be successful is do not reinvent the wheel. Find a mentor, someone that's been there, done it, experienced it. That's the way to really fast track your life. And I'm very, very confident in the people that I work with that, trust me, something that might take someone 3 years, I probably can do it in 6 to 12 months, because I've been there, I've done it. I've gone from sweeping shop floors, various different roles, various different companies, to running one of the biggest companies. So I've seen a lot, I've learned a lot. I don't know everything, but I'm sure I can add value to most people's coaching journey. And the really way to fast track and really get to your goals is that, yes, some people can argue, yes, I've got to invest money, but trust me, if you really want to get to the highest points in your career, life, sport, business, you have to self-invest to get the return. And in my career, I've invested lots of money in my self-development because I really want to better myself. So I want to work with better people. I like to go to seminars. Not every seminar I go to, I find the seminar that everything's great in the seminar, but I always take little bits from that seminar that I can improve my life. So that's what I feel executive coaching can bring. So if you're watching this video today, the first thing I'd like to say, if you're getting value, please subscribe to my channel. There'll be weekly content coming out. Also, if you're interested in having a discussion on executive coaching and perhaps taking on my services, you can reach me on my Instagram. If you click the link on my bio, you can go through to my website, so you can find out a lot more information. Or you can drop me a direct message on Instagram, or you can even drop a comment in the comment section and I'll reply to you. So if it's something that you're interested in, I'd strongly encourage you to reach out to me. It's the start of a new year. This is the perfect time, if you really want that life-changing moment, is to sign up for executive coaching, put goals in place. And I'm very confident that if you take that bold decision to do that, you'll have a different outcome in the coming year. Because imagine going through a year with no structure and process. How can you possibly get to a destination if you don't know where you're going? By having a proper structure, process in place and a roadmap to get there, that's the only way you can be successful. Everyone that's going through life without a plan, you're losing time. You get to the end of the year, you reflect and wonder why you haven't got to where you need to get to. And it can be as simple as just having a structure, a process, weekly accountability, and someone holding you accountable and motivating you to get towards your goals. So if that is something of interest to you, please subscribe to my channel. Please reach out to me on Instagram. I post daily on my Instagram account as well. So there's a lot of content that I'm giving free, and there's a lot of value that I'm trying to bring through my content. So if it's of interest to you, please reach out.